That's right. Bro Exotic. Tiger. Yeah.
We are live.
I'm
here
with
one of my.
I'm one of the most
I'm
famous
one of the most
guests that
famous
we could have
guests that we
found
could have
for
found
pre-SPN.
for pre-SPN.
We saw you first.
We
We're
saw
here
you
with
first.
none
We're
other
here
than Bro
with none
Exotic,
other than
coming right
Bro
out of-
Exotic, coming right out of Oklahoma. He's here to talk to us a little bit about, what he thinks has been going on. He's got a theory that is a kind of a crazy theory about this coronavirus. It's a very serious thing. But he's got a theory.
Very serious thing.
So, welcome, Bro Exotic.
Yeah, it's Bro Exotic. You mind if I call you David? What do you go by? You're a handsome gentleman. I like to get my tiger paws on you. Good looking man.
I don't go that way, but I know you do. You have an interesting lifestyle and all that stuff. Maybe give us a few tidbits about what's going on with your life and
everything's going fine here in the quarantine. I just spend a lot of time with my tiger cubs, kind of just doing my thing, hanging out, taking it day by day, just like everybody in America is, except for Carol Baskins. I don't know what she's doing.
How about some of these? You got pretty famous recently, and because of your documentary. How close to the truth is that documentary? Animals you can show us right now.
You gotta take what you see on television with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? They got some things right. They got some things wrong. Yeah, they can't get it all. Yeah, they did a pretty good job.
What do you think about Carol Baskins?
Well, I'll tell you why we're all in this quarantine. See, I done figured it out. You want to go on a little journey with me? Little tangent?
Yeah, let's see what you're talking about.
All right. A lot of you folks seen this picture recently, right? Carol Baskin, looking real nice.
Face here.
Well, that's one of her tigers right there. That's a tiger. Now, what's that in her hand right there? See if you can zoom in on that. That's a dang bat. That's a dang bat. She fed that thing to one of her tigers. We all got sick. Now we're in quarantine.
Wow. So you think that the quarantine, the entire reason for the coronavirus is because of Carol Baskin fed a bat to a tiger.
You're dang right.
How did the tiger give the disease or the virus to human beings?
Carol Baskin went in there and she got her needle and she pulled the blood. She drew the blood. I don't know. She put it in chocolate chips. I don't know what she's doing. She's spreading it.
That's interesting. That is interesting. And where did you find that picture? That was
right. I found it right on the interwebs. Right on the interwebs.
So, Bro Exotic, talk to me about your style, your swagger. You know what I mean? Talk to me about where that comes from. And since you're I would say one of the most interesting guys that I've seen in my entire life. Why haven't I heard about you before? Why just through this documentary?
What I don't know, David. I just do me. I have no swagger. I just do me. This is what you see is what you get. I'm Bro Exotic.
So what have you been doing during the quarantine to keep yourself busy?
Push-ups. Lots and lots of just straight push-ups.
So you're currently in jail, though, right now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So is it true? Can you tell us right now, truly, did you try to assassinate Carol Baskins or not? And who did this?
Dang, that's what everybody's trying to blame it on me, blame it on this guy, the good-looking one. I had nothing to do with it. Carol Baskins is the one that should be rotting in prison. She killed her husband.
Well, now
I don't understand. Go figure.
You said a lot of stuff on the Tiger
I'll be right with you. That one ain't tame.
Like we thought, you said a lot. You shot her mannequins and stuff like that. A lot of people
get down.
I don't know. I would tend to think that if I was a jury, I would think that you had something to do with it.
A lot of that's just show business. That's just show business. That's all that is. That's show business.
Well, tell us some things that we should be doing, because if you're able to quarantine yourself into a 10 by 10 jail cell or 8 by 8 jail cell, and you seem to be having a great time, what can we do to have a lot more fun out here in the in the real world, where we have a whole house and a yard to play in? And
Yeah,
what
I'll
would you
tell you.
do?
I'll tell you what I'd be doing. Well, I'd be working on my speed. I'd be working on my agility. Now, I seen you, David. You're a fast little man. You're a fast runner. You think you could outrun one of my tigers? I don't think.
Well, did they let you have one of your animals in the cell with you? Your paws. Your paws right now. You're paused. We're having a little technical difficulty, so we're going to delete him real quick, and then we'll come back. But I can tell you right now, that was Bro Exotic, the Liger King. Now, it's an interesting thing that he was able to come on here with us, because it's an interesting thing. He was probably the most famous person to ever come out of this quarantine, which tells us a lot of bad things about ourselves. But I can tell you right now that documentary was the funniest thing. It was the most interesting thing. If you're an animal person, whether you're a turtle person like me and my brothers, or you could be whatever, the obsession that he had was unhealthy. It was unhealthy because he was using the animals as a kind of a way to make money instead of the love. So Carol Baskin, the jury's out. The Carol Baskin seemed like she was doing the right thing to save to save tigers, but then again, she was doing the same exact thing that he was. So tigers still lived in cages. She says she saved them. They're either way. But Bro Exotic came on to see us. I was really psyched to see him on there. We're blessed to see such a character. And man, and he could talk forever. I could get him going for days. But Bro Exotic is actually he'll be a regular character on here from now on, because I don't think I can do this without him. But we were gonna, before we had a little technical difficulties, he's gonna come back on here in a second. But I'd like to talk a little bit about the sponsors: Flag Football University, Athletes Arbor, Janice Picking Wellness, and the NFL Alumni is not one of our sponsors. However, it is an affiliate. Because I'm an NFL alumni, I get to throw that shield on there, and it's pretty cool. I'm part of the Alumni Association. So, but I'd like to talk about some of the people that will be guests on the show coming up. Now, Bro Exotic is one of the characters. We have the Rat. The Rat is one of the characters that will be on the show with us. That's just to add a little flair and little fun to some of the really informative things that we will have going on. I'd like to talk about some of the athletes that we have in our area, which are we have a pretty rich area for athletes right now. Especially last week, we put on Destin Lasco. Destin Lasco, one of the premier athletes in South Jersey. So, he was a shoe-in for the Olympics before the delay happens to the 2021. But if you look him up, he qualified for the Olympic trials in 6 events. Okay, just to tell you how kind of crazy that is. My brother, when he was in high school, my brother Paul qualified in the high jump. He jumped 7'4.5", which was I believe that was the national record at that time. It's since been extended 7'6". But he won the national championship, so he ended up qualifying. 7'4.5" was the qualifying number. That would be like him qualifying 6 events. That's crazy. It's unheard of. It's crazy. So he did, and he could have qualified for more possibly. But anyway, that's how good he is. And when you see him, you're looking at probably the best athlete to ever walk around this area. Arguably, the next 4 could be. It's arguable if you went if you separated girls and the boys, the best girl athlete I've seen around is Kylie
Kylie
Watson.
Watson.
Watson is somebody who we're going to have on Thursday. So Thursday, she couldn't come on tonight. Unfortunately, we ended up having Bro come on for a little bit longer. I think that his computer died, and that's what took so long. Let me see if I can get him back on here. Come back.
I'm right here. I don't know why. I'm right here.
Where are you?
I'm right in the green room.
I don't see you in the green room. Bro,
I'm just hanging out in the green room.
I don't.
Kylie Watson, hands down, best female athlete from around here. That's right.
So you were on this whole time?
I think something happened. I took over the show for a while, David. I was the one that was on, and you were off, I think. I was doing push-ups.
All right, you're back on now.
Yeah, I was just doing push-ups. The halftime show.
Right, now you're back on. All right, cool. So Bro, can you tell us a little bit more, just go in a little bit more depth about what you think about the athletes in this area? Some Destin Lasco from down the street from you. Maybe a little Kylie Watson from down the street. She'll be your guest on Thursday. Her dad, a good dear friend of mine, her dad was a former draft pick. He was drafted 11 picks before Tom Brady in the 2000 draft. Went to Maryland, went to Rowan, and was drafted from Rowan, which was a wild thing for a Rowan athlete to get drafted, and especially before Tom Brady. But so that was his dad. Her mom, Courtney, played basketball. She's from Ocean City, played basketball at University of Delaware. Beast. So she's unbelievable. She's an unbelievable athlete, and I cannot wait for you guys to meet her and just kind of see her like in person. Unbelievable person, unbelievable smile, and just super humble, just like Destin. Where do you see them? They're both from Linwood.
You think Kylie Watson could outrun one of my Tigers, David?
She actually, this is a neat thing about Kylie. She can run like a deer. She's not just one of those basketball players that's kind of heavy of foot. She can run. She can jump. She can dunk a tennis ball. She has more upside. If you see her, she looks like a sprinter too, just a really tall one. I mean, just super athletic in every way. Not just like a heavy foot, like kind of like big ankle, kind of like, you know what I mean? No footwork. No, unbelievable athlete. So we'll have her on Thursday. You going to be around? You going to be able to get out of the jail cell to talk to Kylie?
Yeah, Thursday I get FaceTime live with some of the Tigers.
So do you have any of the animals there with you right now?
This one ain't tame. I can't get her on me. That one's not tamed. That was shit down there. I can't get these. Liability, David. You put one of these tigers on here, eats my face off. No, forget about it. Liability. Get down. You ain't tamed. This one here ain't tamed, David.
You know what? One of my athletes name's Evan Mensch. He's a phenomenal. He's an 8th grader going into where he hasn't picked. He hasn't selected.
It's a good name. That's a strong name.
He is very, very scared of dogs. It's the funniest thing. He's super tough. He's a killer on the football field. He's super fast. You put a dog near him and he freaks out, right? How can we train him through tigers and through dogs? Is there some type of therapy for Evan?
Yeah. So what we did with some of the trainers, all right, right back in the beginning, David, a lot of them were scared to get in with the Tigers. You know how we got them all acclimated to the cages? We'd slap meats on them. We'd all meat sweaters. They'd wear a whole bunch of different kinds of meats, and then we'd put them in there with the tiger. You tell you, that's how you train these kids these days. You see how fast, like grease lightning, these kids would be fast wearing the meat sweaters.
I tell you what, that's not a bad idea. I've been sitting here thinking, maybe if we work on their hip flexion and then leg extension,
forget about it.
Fancy things with tensions and high speed movement. If you just put the meat suit on them and had them run away from a tiger, I don't think there's any better way to train.
That's what I've been saying for about 10 years. Nobody wants to listen to me.
You know what?
10
After
years.
all these years, I stand corrected. I should have been thinking this through the whole time. I should have had some tigers on, and I'm going to get some. We're gonna get
What's
some
that?
Tiger.
What's that famous race I've seen you run with the Kansas City Chiefs? You're running all fast like a gazelle. What's that? Who are you racing?
That was against Dante Hall.
That's right. I'd like to take on. I'd like to put you up, David, against any one of my Tigers. I mean, I have some elderly Tigers. I think they'd still mop the floor with you.
Well, the problem is after I stop after 40 yards, I would get mauled and killed by a tiger.
It's all part of the show. It's all part of this show.
I don't know. That was a cool race. That was a cool time in my life when and I'm thank God for that video, because if people wouldn't believe me if I told them what my 40 time was, because they say, "Oh, BS, you didn't do that." Well, yeah, whatever. I can tell you this: I've had about over in my life dozens of people tell me they run a sub 4.3 40. Dozens of people, and I can tell you right now that you didn't. Okay, you did not. I'm sorry, you didn't do it. The people that I ran against. Okay, let me tell you some people that I had to get past to get in that race and win that. John Capel. He's a 9.84 second 100-meter runner, 19.82 second 200-meter runner. The reason why I could beat them was because I was an accelerator. That was it. A super accelerator. I mean, this is not something that is just you're handing out 4.2s. People tell me almost every week they ran a 4.2, and I'm like, okay, so you're the fastest person in the world, and you did that, and you're not out. You haven't made it out of playing high school football. You didn't play high school football. So I'm going to tell you that you didn't do it. And there's a whole book there's a whole article that Chip Smith, Chip is going to be another guest on the show. Chip is the father of sports performance, and he wrote a book that you did not run a 4.3. You don't run a 4.3. That's the book. And the fact that I ran a sub 4.3 was was kind of freakish, but it wasn't something that didn't go out a ton of training. Now, I wasn't a world-class sprinter. I was not a world-class sprinter, about 10.4 in the 100 to 10.5. Most of the time I run a 10.7, but if you look at the top accelerators, they're running about 10.5 to 10.7. They're about 5.11. There's a sweet spot in the 40-yard dash. It's between 5.9 and 6.1, and then you have to be like about 185 to 200 pounds. That's the sweet spot. If you're shorter than that or you're taller than that, you don't accelerate the same way, or you accelerate, but you don't have to back in. So there's a sweet spot. I happen to fit in there, and I could, and my vertical leap was 40.5 inches. So anyway, that's what I was able to do. But when everybody tells me they ran a 4.2, when everybody tells me that, I'm like, okay, you're the fastest guy in the entire world right now. I mean, there's people that could smoke me now, actually, in a 40. There was a guy, Ruggs ran a 4.27. They had this guy, John Ross, run a 4.22 2 years ago or last year. That would put me to shame, which is actually, I wouldn't think that was possible. But, the guy I trained with, Chip Smith, he basically is the father of sports performance training. He quotes in there that I was one of the probably the 8 people of like the 1,500 athletes that he's trained for the NFL Combine. I'm one of the top 8 that went under 4.3. So that was kind of my claim to fame. And even the track guys that could beat me, I could beat them in 40. They could just take me back at the 100. But that was it. So basically, I'm talking about Klemic Performance Method, which is what I do. And then we'll go into the other sponsors, which are Flag Football University. That is the flag football league that I run. And we are delayed right now because of some of the
Carol Baskins is probably why you're delayed.
Yeah, she's delayed. If it wasn't for Carol Baskin, we'd be playing football right now. So anyway, this is my 6th season doing flag football. It's the coolest thing ever. We have play-by-play. The games are played on PRE-SPN, which is the channel we're going to promote right now. PRE-SPN is the channel, the YouTube channel that I want you to subscribe to, and that's where we send all the games, we send all the content of the people we're going to interview. We also have Jeff Hurd, who's going to be a guest on PRE-SPN. Jeff Hurd was the strength conditioning coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, the Minnesota Vikings. and the San Diego Chargers. Jeff Hurd's one of my strength coaches. I absolutely loved him too, and he's just an amazing person. And I can't wait to have him on and catch up with him. Actually, some of the guys, my teammate Eddie Kennison, NFL's fastest man in 1997. I actually went to Japan with him a few years ago. 2 years ago, we went to Japan together and we did a military morale tour over there. You would have liked that. There was we saw all kind of animals over there at the zoo in Japan.
Yeah.
We saw animals over there.
You see any Bengals? Do you see any Bengals over there?
We saw there was I thought there was more there. It looked like the biggest zoo I've ever seen. Like for these things, I don't know if it was, but it felt like they were bigger. And I think tigers are from India, right? Where are they from?
Yeah, well, I don't. Hell if I know. I buy them online, black market. But
Have
you seen it?
Breed that you ever put together?
Huh?
What's the
I couldn't hear
weirdest
you over
breed?
this tiger over here. He's not tamed very well.
Where's your tiger? Bring your tiger in here.
No, Trevor just shot him with a tranq dart, so he's just sleeping.
Hey, is there any way you can show us that picture of you and your husband?
Huh? Yeah, a picture of me and my husband. I'll show you a picture of me and Carol. That's a picture of sweet Carol. That's
that rat. For the people that are just logging on right now, show them the rat.
It's a dang bat in her hand.
Sorry, the bat. See that? That's where it started. Because President Trump, they're trying to what are they doing? Disbanding or defunding the World Health Organization because it was a big mistake. It was all Carol Baskin.
I still believe that Carol Baskin's she's exactly why we are all in quarantine. I've been saying it for years. Something's got to be done.
Are we? Is there any way we can get on is there a song we could sing together? Can we sing that song?
Yeah, I don't sing anymore.
Wait, you do sing. I heard you singing earlier today.
I don't sing no more.
Listen.
A caged bird won't sing, David.
On this interview, even though you're in jail, you have no other choice. I would like to hear the song that you sang earlier.
Yeah, well, the only one I can tell you right now is I Saw a Tiger. You want to hear a quick little snippet of the Tiger song?
Yeah.
Tell all them hunters, lay down them guns, 'cause I saw a tiger, and tiger saw a man. Yeah, that's one of the songs that I sing in one of my albums.
Hey, I heard that was beautiful, by the way. I heard that you don't even sing your own songs though, but now that I hear you have the voice of like a songbird.
A songbird won't sing in a cage. In captivity, my tigers won't mate unless we make them with meats. Same difference.
Listen, at the end of the show, you said something that was very interesting. You said that that being caged up, the reason why the animals are so depressed they die of sadness from being caged up. Are you sad in there? Or you seem like you're doing fine.
The last time I went in there, somebody covered one of my sneakers with different type of urine. The cat was so angry, damn near ripped my leg off.
Is there any way we can see that? Can you bring that picture of Carol Baskin back up here real quick?
Yeah, David, I thought you'd never ask.
I just want to, just for those people that are logging on right now, we found the reason. Look close. That's Carol Baskin. That's the tiger. And look at what she has in her hand. A bat. That's the bat that created the coronavirus. She fed that bat to the tiger. The tiger then, how did it go from the tiger to people?
Because of the meat shortage, they started cutting up the tigers. They ground it into some sort of beef, and they sent it out and everyone started eating the tiger. It was tainted meat they were eating with coronavirus.
Tainted tiger meat.
Tainted tiger meat.
That must be something that. So who's eating tiger meat?
Yeah, they didn't know it was tiger meat. They thought it was just cow. Same thing.
Okay,
Same difference.
So we got Bro Exotic
Same
on here
difference.
for the people that are just logging on. And really, while we're doing this, let's talk about our third sponsor here, which is Janice Picking Wellness. So, somebody that's very close to me now is my mother-in-law. She's brilliant. She's an amazing person, a majorly spiritual person. I'm just so blessed that she's in my life. And my wife, Erica, they work together, and they're both clinical nutritionists, and they have a phenomenal business. And what they do is they counsel people on their supplements, and they counsel people on their, they food coach people, and then it's an unbelievable business. And they work with athletes, they work with cancer patients, they work with everybody. They're unbelievable. You will not hear one. If you hear the word Janice Picking, you will hear people just light up. They will light up because she's so amazing, and she does such a phenomenal job at what she does and taking care of people, and she's just an amazing person. So I'm just so blessed that she's in my life. But that's the third sponsor here that has like the little person dancing there. And then the last one is the NFL Alumni Association. So just to tell you, like, some of the stuff the NFL Alumni Association does for players, and I just think they're awesome. Well, there's a chapter everywhere of the alumni, and there's one that's run up in Philly. There's one which is basically the closest one by here, and they do a lot of things, and they try to do a lot of donating of time and people's NFL players' resources back to the community, so they're constantly staying involved. So I happen to be able to put that shield on there because I did actually play from about 2001 to 2004 for Coach Vermeil. And going back into my little career, just so I played for Kansas City. I'm super, super proud that we won the Super Bowl this year. I feel like, if anything, I got to be part of. I wasn't part of it, but I was part of the mistakes probably, and the reasons why you had to make mistakes to get a win. And so we finally got one. But I really do feel good that or proud to be formerly part of the organization. But I'm super happy for all of the staff that's still there. Alan Wright and Chris Shropshire, who are the two equipment managers, have been there forever. Alan Wright is the most tenured NFL employee right now, currently. I think he's been around, right? He's been working for 30-something years, 35 years or something crazy. I don't know. It's awesome. But anyway, you can see him next to every major, all the way from Joe Montana and all the way up to, Patrick Mahomes. He's been standing there and been great friends with all those players. And I just love the guy, and I'm so happy that he got a win and a Super Bowl ring. But and that's why out front of my house, if you ever drive by, you'll see the Kansas City flag, and that's not coming down. It's not coming down. It's staying right there. So you have to come steal it from me. You'd have to have a tiger take that from me.
Yeah, it'll be pretty easy. You put a tiger up against you any day.
But I'm super proud of them, and also that for the fans deserved it. They deserve it. Andy Reid deserved it. So as happy as I was that the Eagles won, I'm that much happier, that the Kansas City Chiefs won. I was there as long as I was in high school and college, so it's as much of an alumni for me as it was to be a mainland Mustang. But I do appreciate you coming on this show, man.
David, I appreciate you having me, man. This has been pretty cool. I got two tigers. I wish I could show you. They're both just sleeping right here next to my feet.
So what are you doing? What do you do there in jail to stay in shape?
A little of this, a little of that. Tiger squats.
They don't make you wear the. Let me go through a couple of the comments on Facebook real quick, and I'll have you respond to some of them too.
Yeah, sure, David.
Somebody said, "Who is this crazy tiger guy?" Mrs. Finnerty. This crazy tiger guy, his name's Bro Exotic. All right. And here's a guy that probably did run a 4.2. Antonio Arundel. He was a speedster at Northeastern, a football player. Guy had the most jacked up legs I've ever seen. So biggest, strongest legs I've ever seen. Yeah, he. Here we go. Let me see.
Yeah, you ever seen a tiger's hind honcho? Those things are pretty jacked up too.
Todd Delamolier, one of the players from Duke that I played with in NFL Europe, he's on here. Joyce goes on here and says, would a tiger or a liger win in a race? Let me ask you that. Go ahead.
Okay, that's pretty simple. So at the farm, we don't cross pollinate or weird science stuff with the genetics and alterations and making those altered beasts. When you put a purebred tiger versus a half-breed liger, hands down, the liger is so retarded he's probably gonna do his own thing. The Siberian or the regular is just hands down. Hands down, it's the regular tiger.
Can you do a little bit? Can you just do a little bit of one of your workout routines in there in jail for us?
Yeah. You want me to show you how I do a tiger squat? So
hold on, everybody's watching this. This is a tiger squat.
This is a tiger squat. Feet shoulder widths apart. Really,
okay, everyone,
like you're a tiger. Bring those paws up.
Mike Adams, get down low. Big Red,
up,
tiger squat.
Paws up. Now, sometimes you can roar. Sometimes you just can roar. That's a tiger squat.
That one was awesome. That was a great exercise. I'm so tired. But I also feel aggressive. Like I could attack.
Sometimes, David, you just gotta let loose. Let it roar.
Oh, can we do? All right. So that was great. Everybody that was watching that. So right now, currently, there's like 10 current people watching. I think we've had 100 and some people watching this as of right now. Just want to catch you back up. This is Bro Exotic. Bro, are you there? Your pause. So we have him. We lost his signal a little bit here. I'm gonna delete him real quick unless he pops back on. But that's Bro Exotic, and he's gotten pretty famous over this quarantine right now. And if you haven't heard about Bro Exotic, the Tiger King, you just haven't really lived yet. I'm going to delete him, put him back on. Brad, I need you to get back on here again. Bro Exotic, get back on here. Get back on here, brother. Come on, brother. Anyway, Bro Exotic has been probably the coolest guest we've had so far. Now, we're going to have on Thursday, we'll bring on Kylie Watson. The following Monday, it looks like we're going to... And her dad, Tim Watson.
Hey, where'd you guys go? I'm back here in the green room.
Oh, hold on. We got him back. Let's get him back out here. This is Bro Exotic. Camera. Hold on. Oh, sorry, Bro Exotic. We got you back.
Hey, don't worry about it. I was just taking a quick cat nap.
Were you tired from doing those tiger squats?
After a whole mess of tiger squats, I like to just take a quick cat nap.
So let me shout out a few people that are on here. My sister Sarah's on here right now. Sarah, you didn't see the tiger squats. If you could go back a little bit and see some of the tiger squats, it was unbelievable workout. My heart rate is way up, and I'm actually excited. I feel like
I got my heart's racing right now, racing.
I'd like to say hi to Brian Hayden. This is a guy I played with in college. One of the coolest plays I've ever seen happen in the history of Northeastern football. He was involved in. I'll explain that sometime when I have some time. Tracy Edge, one of the top athletes that I've ever coached. You're gonna see some kid that's very, very athletic that if you haven't heard about him yet, he wears a funny number. He wears number 70, but he's about to make some noise in high school, maybe as a freshman. One of the best athletes I've seen in a while. But let me say hi to also Miss Finnerty, I hope you're still watching. This is this is insane. I really, if I could have ever got a famous guest on here at this time, I would say, who's more famous right now, Michael Jordan or Bro Exotic? Tell me, bro.
Yeah, hands down, it's got to be Michael Jordan.
What?
Hands
More
down.
famous than you during the quarantine?
Hands down. Wait till you see the documentary. They're gonna kill it. It's gonna be an unbelievable documentary. Michael Jordan, greatest of all time.
I heard there's this exercise called the tiger push-up. Can you do a tiger push-up for us?
Yeah. That's a
Just tell me how to do it.
that's a simple. Okay, get yourself some room.
Okay.
Get yourself some room. Get the chair. 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 What you want to do is you want to stalk that chair. You don't want it to know that you're coming. Okay? You're going to stalk it. That's part of the exercise. You're going to stalk it. When you get close, you're going to pounce. Tiger! Oh, that'll get the heart racing. That'll get the heart racing. You're just going to stalk that tiger, the chair. Just stalk it. It's all part of the exercise. You stalk it. And then you just go ahead and pounce on it. Make it, get your mitts right on it. Yeah, claw. Yeah.
Whoa. So
if your heart ain't ticking right now, I don't know what would get your heart ticking, because mine's ticking.
Well, this is Bro Exotic. This is our promotion for our YouTube channel called PRE-SPN. So go subscribe to that. That's PRE-SPN. I'll actually put that up on the screen while Bro Exotic is telling us a little bit about what he's been doing during the quarantine to stay busy. Take this for a little while I put this up on the screen.
Yeah, I got it. So every day they let us out of our cages for about, 30 minutes. And they let us kind of do our thing, kind of meander around like wildcats would. Sniff out the meats. Usually it's Spam in a can, but we love it. Every one of us loves it. Let me just, for those of you tuning in, I need you to understand something. Why we're all doing this. Quarantine. To the naked eye, this is just one of them pictures you've seen a million times. Oh, Carol Baskin, look at how cute that tiger is. Well, look closer, America. Look closer. What's that in Carol Baskin's hand? That's a dang bat. That's why the coronavirus. She fed it to the tiger. The tiger got loose. He mauled the guy. That man got it. Now we're all in quarantine. That's what I've been doing. Just hanging out in quarantine, in prison.
Wow. This is shocking. As I put this up on the screen.
Tiger squats. I've been doing a lot of tiger squats. You should see my thighs right now. Massive thighs right now.
So here, right under Bro Exotic, it's PRE-SPN. We saw you first. So go subscribe to that. Subscribe to PRE-SPN. We saw you first, and that's a little bit of a talk about. We're going to talk a lot about local sports here, but we also have, just because I've been in touch with so many of my ex-teammates who think what I'm doing is hilarious and great. We're trying to have fun with this. So if you can look at, I'm going to send that to live. If you look at right underneath, I'm sorry, now it's up under Bro Exotic right there. You can see the PRE-SPN. We saw you first. Go subscribe to that, and we'll send all these videos over there and a lot more. But Bro Exotic will be I can see you being a regular on here if you don't mind making a little bit of money.
David, I ain't got a lot going on right now, so this is just perfect for me.
One of my best friends from college, Jerry, says Shannon and Erica, please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Jerry, I love you. Listen, this quarantine has brought the best out of some of us, right? I don't know. For me, I don't
Hallelujah,
know.
hallelujah. That's great.
I haven't minded it. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about your politically? You ran for governor in what, Nebraska or no, Oklahoma, right?
I can't
So
remember. I can't remember.
who's Bro Exotic voting for coming up in 2020?
Bo Exotic supports Hillary the whole way. The whole way.
She's not running.
Well, here's the next one. Trump. Bro Exotic loves Trump. He stands with Trump.
What about who would Carol Baskin? Who would she support?
Probably Elizabeth Warren. I could see her siding with Elizabeth.
I don't know.
She has 17 cats, David. Elizabeth's got 17 cats.
Elizabeth has 17 cats?
Small cats. I'm not talking big cat rescue. I'm talking regular cats. No
Wow.
3-inch fangs.
Okay. So let me see how, you know what? We just got a couple more subscribers to PRE-SPN. That's good, man. Thank you for, I'll have to check who all subscribed to us, but cool. We're actually psyched. That's what kind of where we're going to try to promote sponsors and some of the people that we're going to partner up with on this is pretty awesome. And I just like to say thanks for Bro Exotic coming in from all the way out in his jail cell in Oklahoma right now. And he ran for governor. He was unsuccessful, but he did come in third place. And they made that great documentary about him. And really what was breaking was earlier he told us, and for those people that are just logging on right now, if you want to just show us one more time for the new people logging on, they haven't seen the breaking news. Breaking.
Yeah, I don't mind
here
showing
on PRE-SPN, only here on my Facebook page right now. This is exclusive. Watch this.
Okay, now, so PRE-SPN, you saw it first, America. Here it is one last time. Picture Carol Baskin, right? Beautiful tiger. Beautiful Bengal. Well, come on in here. Come on in. What's that in her hand? What's that right there in her hand? David, it's a dang bat. That's a dang bat, America. She fed it to one of her cats. The cat got sick. Turn it into meats. People are eating the meats. The tiger gets out. Mars Howard for a little bit. Everyone's sick, and now we're in quarantine. You saw it first. You heard it first. Not going to lie to you, America. Carol Baskin's the reason why we're on quarantine. That's for sure. Dang sure. That's for dang sure.